It's interesting hearing Elon Musk talk about synthetic mRNA.
I think there's going to be a lot of breakthroughs on the medical front, particularly around synthetic mRNA. You can basically do anything with synthetic RNA, DNA. It's like a computer program. So, I think with effort that's not too crazy, you could probably stop aging, reverse it if you want. You can basically do it. You can turn someone into a freaking butterfly if you want with the right DNA sequence. So, caterpillars do it.
It's interesting because the transhuman agenda of the future isn't just a conspiracy theory, it's literally what's probably going to happen. You're going to have technology so crazy that it's going to change the human landscape, even synthetically. But nobody's talking about that. Nobody's talking about the financial overhaul of the entire planet, of course, that's going on right now because everybody's talking about COVID-19. And speaking of COVID-19 and the synthetic mRNA, it's interesting that the two front runners in America is the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine and the Moderna vaccine, both which are mRNA vaccines. Even Wikipedia admits up until December 2020, no mRNA vaccine drug or technology platform has ever been approved for use in humans, and before 2020, mRNA was only considered a theoretical or experimental candidate for use in humans. But apparently this year, COVID-19 is so horrible that the theoretical mRNA vaccine became a reality because we just need it now. We need to Operation Warp Speed, rush. Come on, Trump, we need it out quickly. This is your legacy now. You might want to slow down, President Trump, because the UK has already released this and they've warned people with serious allergies to avoid the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine, which is the mRNA vaccine, after 2 adverse reactions on the first day of rollout. Maybe that's shocking to UK health experts, but I listened to Bill Gates talk about Moderna and the adverse side effects earlier this year. Moderna is the other mRNA vaccine, and the video is so shockingly weird and his body language is so shockingly horrific that even people that love Bill Gates watched that video and told me, that is a little bit creepy. Take a look.
The Moderna vaccine sound concerning. We looked. After the second dose, at least 80% of participants experienced a systemic side effect, ranging from severe chills to fevers. So, are these vaccines safe?
Well, the FDA not being pressured will look hard at that. The FDA is the gold standard of regulators.
Notice he said the FDA not being pressured. Unfortunately, they are being pressured, not by Bill Gates, but by President Donald Trump. He's pressuring the FDA to rush the Moderna vaccine even faster than Bill Gates is. Yes, this is happening. Yes, I seem to be one of the few conservatives who cares about it because I care about the country and the truth more than I care about just cheerleading or posting random videos of me fighting with 17-year-old liberals. Let's continue.
And their current guidance on this, if they stick with that, is very, very appropriate. The side effects were not super severe. That is, it didn't cause permanent health problems for the things there. Moderna did have to go with a fairly high dose. And so, to get the antibodies, some of the other vaccines.
But don't worry, folks. Trump is fighting the deep state by constantly bragging about rushing these messenger RNA vaccines faster through safety trials than ever before.
Also express our warmest best wishes and love to all of those people and families suffering from the COVID pandemic. Vaccines are on their way at a level that nobody ever thought possible. It would have taken another administration 5 years. It took us 7 months, and they're starting next week, and we're going to start vaccinating.
The quickest was 4 years, and with vaccines, especially regular ones, it's good to test. Not even considering the mRNA vaccine that was considered theoretical before this year. Of course you should test this for years, and because coronavirus has a very high survival rate, they should have tested it even longer. There is no immediate rush besides Operation Warp Speed, which is President Trump duping conservatives and Republicans into thinking it's some sort of Space Force achievement, when in my opinion it's probably the biggest betrayal of his entire presidency. And I showed you that before even their rushed testing was done in my last video. They ordered 100 million doses of Pfizer in July and 100 million doses of Moderna in August, so they purchased them before the trials were even done. Thanks to Ivanka bragging, I found out that actually on January 13th was when Donald Trump partnered with Moderna. Interesting. Right before the pandemic, Trump had the foresight to partner with Moderna. I'm sure that's all coincidental and not linked at all. But Trump was late to the party because Bill Gates has been working with them since 2016, a $20 million grant. Trump, Bill Gates, and Fauci, the trio that nobody asked for. And I think when Republicans and conservatives are more passionate about ending communism and calling out medical tyranny, all of this will end. But they seem to be more passionate about making excuses for communism and medical tyranny because they're guys in office. They're more passionate about that. So don't blame Trump, don't blame Bill Gates, don't blame Fauci, don't blame Democrats, and don't blame China. Blame yourself for making excuses.